The following is an informational program from the Sangamon County Circuit Clerk's Office. The information contained in this program is solely for the use of the people of Sangamon County to make them more aware of the services of the Circuit Clerk's Office. The employees of the Circuit Clerk's Office cannot give legal advice. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Circuit Clerk Presents. My name is Paul Palazzolo, your Sangamon County Circuit Clerk, and if you've had a chance to see any of the other previous programs we've recorded, you know that we have been doing these programs in partnership with the students and the instructor at the Capital Area Career Center in digital media, the digital media class. We thought it would be great to kind of investigate some of the digital media aspects of the Capital Area Career Center. Since they've been kind enough to partner with us, we thought it would be good for the Circuit Clerk Presents program to highlight what's going on in our county area, particularly with young people learning about digital media and careers for their future. To help illustrate that, for this segment with me today is Paul LaMantia. Paul has been an instructor in radio, TV, and digital media here at the Capital Area Career Center, and Levi Smith. Levi is a senior at Auburn High School, and he is a second-year student here at the Capital Area Career Center and has a bright future in digital media and production. So we wanted to highlight the program and the young people that are a part of the program, and we're doing that today. And we'll start with a couple of questions directed at Paul, the instructor. Specifically in your role, Paul, how long have you been involved in the media industry?
For the last 40 years, I have done nothing but camera work, so I've made my entire career in video production.
What work have you done before you brought your skills here to CACC, specifically in production?
Most of my career I worked in corporate video, in the utility industry, and in healthcare. And then I've also shot news for a while. I've done a lot of freelance work as a camera person, I should say.
Sure.
And then I started teaching.
Do you do any of that work still outside of Capital Area Career Center?
Yes, yeah. I still operate my own little business. I think it's important to teach at a career center to still be involved actively in the business so that I know what the current trends are and I can bring that back for my students.
Absolutely. Keep your skills sharpened, so
Yes.
to speak.
Yeah.
Well, now, how many students participate in your program on an annual basis?
On average, we have 30 to 40 between the two classes. We have a morning class and an afternoon class. I have room for 20 students in each, so it varies year to year. And we serve all 20-some counties in the school.
Mm-hmm. And what skills are you imparting to these young people, and you're hoping that they're taking away once they've had an opportunity to be a part of your class?
The program is radio, television, and digital media. So we do a little bit of journalism, news writing, try to focus on broadcasting. But basically it is audio and video production. So they learn the basics of camera work, lighting, video editing, audio recording, audio editing, storytelling.
Okay. And Levi has been one of your students in
Yes.
that audio and video production aspect.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Well, Levi, what do you think is the best part of the Capital Area Career Center program?
The best part is the hands-on activity. Like when I was a sophomore and first came to the open house, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And once we went to class to class and I saw this class, I realized that a lot of my interests are in this class. And so that allows me to use my interests and put them into a working environment.
Outstanding. What's the first thing that you do when you arrive at class here at the Capital Area Career Center?
Well, first, of course, we have to sign in. That is an absolute must. And Ms. Lamantia ensures that we do every day. But first thing, once I log into my computer, I get started on whatever project I have going that day. If I don't have a project, I like to get on the internet, maybe look for something, go onto the news, CNN, see if there's anything I can just be updated constantly in journalism and in the news. But my number one thing is to be interested in is radio, so I put a lot of my effort into that as much as I can.
Would you see yourself involved in the production of the radio or in the actual on-air personality aspect of radio?
I love the on-air aspect of it because I just love to talk,
Okay.
and I love to talk about things.
You could do my job then.
Yeah.
What are your greatest strengths that you feel that you bring to CACC and the class?
My greatest strengths are Probably my eye for creativity. Coming up with questions on the spot. I'm pretty good at interviewing myself, coming up with questions, and knowing really what to say at the right moments, what things are supposed to look like. That's probably my strengths.
How did you discover that? Did Mr. LaMantia help push you to
Yeah.
discover those strengths, and how did he do that?
He really, by just showing us how it's done, really, like what this is supposed to look like, and really, like, you know, pushing that onto us. Like, the one thing that he repeats always is that you can always make it better. All right, don't ever stop improving on it. Don't, like, if you have a video and say, I'm done, it's like, well, that can't be possible. And then let me look at it, and you're like, oh, well, this needs to be done. Like, you should, you know, try and make it. And I understand sometimes it can be irritating, but I understand he's only trying to make us better,
Yeah,
which I
absolutely.
appreciate.
And you know, that's good advice in career and family, good advice anywhere in life. I think that he's trying to impart on you. What would you have done perhaps if you didn't come to Capital Area Career Center?
I really don't know. That's the thing. That's why I'm so grateful for it.
Sure.
I probably would have just kept going with schooling if I didn't come to CACC and see where that would have taken me, and go on to like Lincoln Land and take whatever classes, like the regular old original that everyone else takes, and then see where that takes me.
Now, you've discovered your talent with CACC. Where will you then go after your Auburn High School career is complete?
Auburn High School career is complete. I'm probably wanting to go back into radio and television education. I don't know if Lincoln Land has a program, but I know community college out in Decatur does.
Okay.
And so I'll probably visit there and get started there.
I think we can be extremely proud of Levi and his fellow students and what they've worked to accomplish. Now, Capital Area Career Center has a low-power radio station. You know, that's probably where Levi did some work too, at WQNA. And that's 88.3 FM, WQNA 88.3 FM. Can you also listen to that station over the internet as well?
Yes, WQNA.net. We stream live. It's 250 watts, so it's classified as a non-commercial, low-power FM station. That's student and community radio, as we call it.
With that signal that you just described, how far would that reach then geographically as we listen in Sangamon County?
I'd say within 20 miles. You know, it almost covers the whole county.
Now, with Circuit Clerk Presents, we're very thankful for that partnership that we have with you. What other programs have you worked on here as students and instructor at Capital Area Career Center?
We do a couple programs other programs for Access 4, and then we do projects for the school, like they hosted a seminar, we videotaped that. I'd like to bring in outside projects because it gives the students more of a real-world experience. And it helps them, you know, improve their job skills. You have to learn how to meet people, get comfortable with strangers.
Sure.
You meet them for the first time, you know. Especially like if you go into TV news, you're constantly, you know, you meet 7 different people a day that you have to sit down and interview like this.
Yeah.
And it's good. It keeps them on their toes, and it just provides more of a real life experience. For example, this show, the student I worked with yesterday to direct it, since I'm on set, I can't be directing in the control room. Well, he's not here today. He doesn't show up.
Okay.
So we had to grab another student, Zach, and he walks in, and I said, well, you're directing today. He's like, well, I haven't done that. I said, well, you are.
It's like,
Because
it's
we
like
have
learning
this,
how to swim.
Yeah.
Just, you know, get in the pool and learn how to swim.
yeah,
There
we
you
have
go.
it scheduled. You have to do it.
Now, how did you discover CACC as an opportunity for you to help the future? How did you come across the need here at CACC, and how did you find it?
Well, I knew all the previous instructors, and I heard about the job opening, and a couple of people mentioned it to me, and I wasn't sure I was going to apply, and then I decided to go ahead and apply, and I came out and interviewed, and they offered me the position.
Well, thank you for doing what you do here at CACC. You're building the future, helping young people learn that it can always be better, and helping young people learn the disciplines of being on time and being present, and not only for the job, but for their future as well. Paul LaMantia, Levi Smith, thank you all very, very much for what you do. Let's have a short break, and we'll continue with our program very shortly. Thank you much. One of the students that we're pleased to have with us is Taylor Knapp. Taylor is a senior at Springfield High School, and she is also a second-year student at the Capital Area Career Center. And we're very pleased to have her as a guest so that we can ask her some questions and get some information about her particular interest in CACC. And again, so Taylor, why did you? You bet. A pleasure having you on this show.
Thank you.
Please tell us why you chose the Capital Area Career Center.
Well, I attended like the open house that we have every year as a little field trip, and I originally wanted to do law enforcement.
Okay.
I was big into chemistry and going to chemistry classes and stuff, but when I became like a junior and I was in AP chemistry, that was really tough for me. And so I was placed in the digital media class because the law enforcement class was full, and I was like, I'm gonna see what it's like and everything, and I ended up loving it. So I'm staying here. And
Fantastic. Well, it's great to see that smile too, because that
Yeah.
means if you're loving it,
Yeah.
that's really what we need to do in our careers is enjoy what we're doing. And obviously that's evident in what you're doing. So other than your interest in law enforcement and then the chemistry class you were taking, did you have any interest in media or camera work or production at all prior to even when you were like in grade school?
no, I didn't have like no idea, no clue of what I wanted to do
Okay.
in like digital media or social media at all. I know I just wanted to become a lawyer, then I changed it to becoming a forensic chemist, and then I wanted to go to the Navy, and then I wanted to go to the Air Force. So it was like I changed it, but it's like I wanted to have a plan that I can go to college with.
Yeah.
That was my biggest goal, is going to college and having a plan for college.
Well, I think for any parents or grandparents that might be watching, it's okay for your young person to make some decision changes on their career
Yeah.
path, because they might find their passion after a couple of tries in some other areas. And if there's any young people watching too, don't be alarmed if something that you thought you might be interested in, you change your mind as you discover a new avenue that might be your passion. How is attending the Capital Area Career Center different than your current high school career at Springfield High School?
Coming to the CACC, it gives me more responsibilities, doing shows, editing shows, having my own projects, being on the radio. It really gives you a sense of really how you're going to act, how you're going to be professional in the outside workforce, other than just going to your normal math, science, and English classes. You actually get to taste a little bit of what it would be like if you did go out and do that right now.
Sure. Do you like video better or radio? You had mentioned radio too, that you...
I like video better.
Okay.
Help produce some of the videos that we do and just enhance them and become what they are today.
Okay. Do you plan on pursuing production as a career?
Yes, I do.
Tell me how you wish to do that.
In July 11th is when I start classes for the Art Institute of Dallas.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do video production there and get my bachelor's degree, and then for my undergraduate year, and then when I graduate, I'm going to go off and do more of that.
Do you find yourself, what region of the country do you find yourself pursuing your passion in production? Either staying in Texas, Midwest, California, East Coast? Where would you like to see yourself pursuing that career?
I would love to stay in Texas, but I might want to go up east maybe,
Okay.
just to try a little something there.
Okay.
But mostly I'll stay in Texas.
Okay. Taylor, tell me a little bit about the first place award that you recently received and what that was a part of and what you did to earn that.
I am in a group called the Skills USA. That's a club that we have at CACC and other vocational schools also in the state. And so we have a competition in April, May-ish, kind of towards the end of the school year, where we compete at the Capital Area Convention Center. And when we compete there, we compete in the different classes that we have here: welding, cosmetology, digital media. They have a Photoshop, they have
Wow.
everything. And for second-year students, you can win scholarships and stuff if you go to the national level. And I was just a junior.
Okay.
And me and my partner, Caroline Pacheco, we went. And we were so nervous, and she wrote up the intro and the outro. As we were going there, we just busting it back and forth from here to the convention center. And then there's only 3 groups, including me and Caroline. And so we were nervous because they came at 1:59. and the deadline was 2 o'clock. So it was like, we're just like, we don't want to win by forfeit. We at least want their videos to be sent in to be judged. And so they showed up at the last minute and they reviewed them. And the next day for the ceremony, we found out that we won, but we didn't know when the national week was.
Okay.
And we both had prior events. She had to go out of town, out of the country actually, for a mission trip. And I went to a summer studio at the Art Institute of Dallas to see the school.
Okay.
And that's when I applied. So we really didn't plan on winning,
Yeah.
but it was a great experience.
Yes.
We got to walk up, receive our medals and stuff. So
Neat. And so a pleasant surprise then.
we were just like, we won. We can't go to nationals, but we won. And so the second place winners, they went instead. So we just, we kind of just coasted by, and we're happy that we got that chance.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Taylor, thank you for visiting with me.
Thank you.
And I want to wish you best of luck in your career pursuit in production and media. I think you'll make a fantastic person in that role, and we're a shining example of your fellow students here at CACC.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor Knapp.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Here you go. Thank you. You're welcome.
You shouldn't hate your job. With the Capital Area Career Center, you can unlock your potential. With 17 programs, we offer you the chance to find the career that's right for you. CACC is the perfect alternative to your typical high school experience. Come by sometime and see what we can do for you. CACC, education that works.
Welcome back. Again, this is Circuit Clerk Presents. My name's Paul Palazzolo, your Sangamon County Circuit Clerk, and we, as I mentioned earlier, have been partnering with the Capital Area Career Center and the students and the instructors and the staff out there to help the young people get involved in production, and they're helping us out, and we're helping them to get some skills for their future. With me in this segment of the Capital Area Career Center's focus is Jody Farrell. Jody is the director here at the Capital Area Career Center, and Molly Kosbob is the principal here at Capital Area Career Center. And we thought it'd be important to get some information from these two ladies about the CACC and how well and effectively it is serving the students that attend classes here. And Molly, I'll start with you on the first question that we've got. How many students attend the Capital Area Career Center here?
We have approximately 650 students that attend here. Right now, our enrollment changes at semester. Some students stay back at the home school, and some choose to attend out here at the Capital Area Career Center.
Okay.
Yep.
And Jody, how is the Career Center funded?
The Career Center is funded by 3 revenue streams. We have a state grant and a federal grant, and then our participating schools pay tuition for their students to come, and they help with the operating expenses of the center.
How long have each of you been here at the Capital Area Career Center, Jody?
I've been here 2 years. This is my second year, and I came from being a director at in Decatur for 4 years, an assistant director, and I was a math teacher before that.
Molly?
I've been here for 4 years. I was a primary principal before becoming principal here at the Career Center. And before that, I taught 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And my first career was in radio.
Well, then being here in the digital media class has a bit of a,
Yes.
A connection for you.
It's like coming home, but I do have a face for radio.
Well, I think
so,
I've got the
yeah.
same issue. So what other areas of learning are offered here at CACC?
We have a wide variety of offerings. We have anything from culinary arts. We have a nursing assistant program. We have welding, building trades, ag mechanics, industrial arts, Cisco, graphic arts, photography,
Wow, that covers a lot.
EMS, fire science, you name it, we
That's
have
amazing.
it. Yes.
Now, with the culinary arts as director, Jody, do you get to sample some of the
Yes, we do.
the results of the students that day?
We do, and they will cater different events for us.
Okay.
And they cater a counselor academy, and it's just a very nice meal. And they bake a lot of things at Christmas time and provide nice treats for us. And
Well,
it's a lot of fun.
that makes it worthwhile. How many schools are served by the Capital Area Career Center?
We have approximately 24 schools that we
Okay.
serve at any time. We recently brought on Taylorville, so when I say approximately, we have new schools that are wanting to attend here at the Career Center.
And are those students bussed in from Taylorville
They
High
are,
School?
correct.
Okay. And so that's as far south as you reach, and then,
Well, we go south is Lincolnwood, Raymond, Lincolnwood. We
Okay.
have students from that area.
fantastic. Why do students choose to attend Capital Area Career Center here in Springfield?
I think they're looking for a different opportunity of learning. At their home schools, it's more paper and book-based, and here it's more the hands-on learning, and they're going into exposing themselves to careers here,
Right.
where at their home schools it's more subject-based, math, English, and
So
science.
specific areas of interest that can help them
Correct.
really blossom and find an area that's of interest to them. What changes have been implemented in the last couple of years to ensure students are getting the best training that they can receive?
We really focus on hiring the right teachers to be in our programs. Our teachers, a lot of them do not come from education, they come from industry. And so they have wonderful industry skills, but not classroom skills as such, and so we work with them on that, and so they have to love working with high school students, and they have to love what they do. And so we look for that combination when we hire teachers, and that makes a world of difference in our programs.
Get the right people in the right seats on the bus, so to speak, from Jim Collins and Good to Great.
That's very good. That's one of my favorite books.
Well, it helps with leadership and management and instructing as well, getting the right people in to help the students. Have you seen an increase in an enrollment since a lot of folks have kind of seen that after a 4-year college experience, employment isn't that quickly found?
It is a great time to be in career and technical education because counselors and administrators are starting to realize that there's a real value in what we have to offer here. They always bring up history degrees. Students that are getting history degrees are having a hard time finding a job once they graduate. I think prior to now, this was looked as something for students that were not college bound. We are college bound students. We're just looking at a different path of getting there.
Okay. Just as a quick trivia note, Jim Edgar has a history degree.
Oh,
and he
well,
became
I'm not trying to offend Jim Edgar.
Just a little trivia. So what programs have you seen increasing in popularity at CACC? Where have you seen that growth?
Well, our nursing assistant program is very, very popular.
Sure.
And we started an orientation to health occupations because we had so many interested in that field. And by the time they finish with that program, they can take the state test and become a CNA. So one of our focuses are industry certifications. We're trying to get industry certifications in a lot of our programs. Auto technology is a program that's booming. Welding is booming. Building trades, we had not had building trades for 8 years, and we've brought that back this year, and they're actually building an 1,100 square foot house in their lab.
Excellent.
So they've got it framed down there now, and it's pretty impressive. And we have a really nice law enforcement program also.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about that one.
Well, the law enforcement program, it's a junior, senior. We have criminal justice and law enforcement, and they learn what it takes to be a police officer. We did host a Bridging the Gap panel with the mayor and the chief of police and some diversity type elements with female officers and African American officers and different representatives. And that was a great opportunity for our students to learn about law enforcement careers. But they go through kind of things that they would learn at the police academy.
Sure.
And they learn about constitutional law.
Okay, that gives a good basis and a foundation for that.
Yes.
How do you promote your offerings at CACC to the other school districts that you serve?
We do have an individual, Mr. Edmonds, who goes out to all the different schools and presents them about what we have to offer here. But I think the main source we have are our students. They go out and go back to their friends and say whether it's worthwhile, and they are our best source of advertisement.
That word of mouth is the best advertisement from the success stories that you've experienced. Do schools have a good understanding of how students can benefit from attending a career experience here at CACC?
They are getting there. Many of our counselors and administrators do not have a background in career and tech ed. Before I came here, I did not as well. My father, his passion and his career was in career and tech ed, so I did have some knowledge, but I think just talking to them, having the students talk to them, seeing where the students go after they graduate, they're starting to see that this is a definite benefit for all students to come and attend a career and technical school.
Jody, anything you'd like to add to that? Or
I think that this is a great opportunity for students to come and explore various options, and they can, as they learn about the different careers, I think they take that back and then they educate the counselors, and we have open houses and different things to educate them on the value of career and tech ed. One thing I've always said, it's just as important to learn what you don't want to do as it is to know what you do want to do. So that's one of the things that we offer, is just that exploration.
Now, we've heard a lot about soft skills. What are soft skills and how do you teach those here to students?
Great question. Soft skills, knowing when to show up, how to look when you get to work, how to treat your boss, how to interact with your coworkers, how to be a team player. So not only do we teach the students the content of the career they're wanting to explore, but also what it takes to be successful when you land that job.
The important human nature, human relationship aspect of the role. Those are the soft skills. And so you have the instructors engaged in that aspect of things as well.
That's actually 40% of their grade. We, They have a work ethics grade. It grades them anything from attendance to participation, to how they deal with their instructor, how they deal with other students. So they are graded on that on a daily basis.
And I think Mr. Lamantia alluded to that when he talked about helping the students realize that they need to be on time and all that good stuff, have the discipline of the nature of the job.
Yes.
Now, school spirit is important. How do you celebrate school spirit here at the Capital Area Career Center?
Well, we have a really interesting, great culture here with all of the schools coming in. They come in, a lot of kids don't know each other, and they get to interact with other schools. And one of the things that I love about the Career Center is that we serve all students. We serve all level of students. And students that maybe hadn't been successful at their home school come here and they shine because it's hands-on learning, it's doing something that they love to do, and I just love to see that transformation in students when they come here.
Sure.
And I love the relationships they have with their teachers, because we have them for over 2 hours. So the teachers really get to know them, and it's just great to see the interaction between the teachers and the students.
Molly, anything you'd like to add?
I love that we're able to celebrate students who are innovative and creative.
Yep.
We don't look at the same standards that traditional schools do. So that's my favorite thing, is seeing the students just be different.
And now, Jody, when you use the term homeschool, you're referring to their home city high school.
Yes.
In case some folks might, have that as they're listening, homeschool to determine to their home city high school. Now, tell me a little bit about the food offering, because as I've come into the Capital Area Career Center, I see a fantastic little kind of cafeteria. Briefly tell me how the food is there.
Oh, it's great.
Good.
It's just, it makes you put on a good 10 pounds each year.
Excellent.
But it's great. The
Excellent. Well,
kids
that's
love the cheese fries.
The students can
Yeah.
engage in that, and then a food cart comes around in the afternoon.
Right.
Well, that sounds like everything is here available for help building the future for the students at the Capital Area Career Center. I think we can be extremely proud of what goes on here in the building, and if you haven't had an opportunity to see the nature of things and how things are absolutely fantastically executed here, don't hesitate to call Jody or Molly and get a tour. Have your service organization or club come and get a tour of the Capital Area Career Center and see the kind of nature of learning that's going on out here. We find it fascinating, and that's why we're partnering with CACC to help produce these programs for you. Jody Farrell, Molly Kosbob, Principal of CACC and Director of CACC, thank you both for your time and helping educate the public about Capital Area Career Center.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Circuit Clerk Presents. My name is Paul Palazzolo, your Sangamon County Circuit Clerk. It's been a pleasure offering this program to you. Thank you very much.